I whip my phone out of my bag and skim through my noise contacts. I prefer to text and call, but I'm too impatient right now to wait for a response. I start a voice chat request and wait for the recipient to answer. Is this gonna be Tomoe?
Hey, Skank, what up?
Konnichiwa, Misagazu desu. Welcome back to Corpse Factory. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's continue. Tsuzuki. Alright, so just last time, we got a holy revelation from Kojiro. He was the one that requested the death of Eiji Hanada. I still cannot believe that. And then later on, Noriko got a request to kill Kotomi Ida. Oh my god. And then she actually replied to Noriko, and then now she's actually held ransom. And then this is what happened next. Let's continue. Though the hour is late, quite a few commuters are still navigating through Shinjuku Station, wide platforms, and underground labyrinth. The train station beneath my feet is sprawling metropolis that extends below the city. It's packed with restaurants, shops, and other outlets. But as I'm standing on one of the countless train platforms above ground, that world might as well be completely different dimension. Only problem is that I have to brave the maze as soon as I descend the platform stairs. I tend to get dizzy in such places. My normal morning route doesn't require me to travel through the underground plaza. I'm able to exit the station within minutes of my train arriving at the platform. Still, I'm somewhat familiar with the layout of the underground. I know exactly where coin locker 6644 is located. The coin lockers in the train stations like these are a popular way for people to store luggage or personal belongings for a few hours at a time. In Shinjuku, it can often be difficult to find even a single available locker. But coin locker 6644 is special. I approach it from the main passageway of the underground and my eyes take in the familiar sight. Locker 6644 sits in the middle row, nestled between countless other lockers. Across its doors is a thick coat of graffiti. Colorful curse words sprayed on it with thick paint adorn the locker. The graffiti is such an eyesore that it acts as a deterrent to anyone who might want to store their belongings. The icing on the cake is the condition of the coin-operated lock. The thing is busted and dented from physical abuse, like someone has tried to pry it open with a crowbar on multiple occasions. However, I know from testing it firsthand that the lock still works, despite its battered appearance. No one in their right mind would use this locker, and that makes the perfect spot to host my pickup. Glancing at the locker, I noticed that a soda bottle sits on top of it, a soda bottle full of bubbly, opaque liquid. I quickly look around to make sure that Kotomi Ida is nowhere in sight. I walk past the locker and complete a lap around the immediate area, scanning thoroughly for her. But she isn't here. In fact, there are very few people in this little section of the station. Good. She followed my instructions perfectly. After leaving the key in the soda bottle, she left immediately. I approached the locker once more. I reached up above it and retrieved the soda bottle, then crack it open and hear the fizzy hiss. I bring the lip of the bottle to eye level and peer inside, trying to identify the shape of a key within the swirling ocean of carbonation. There it is! I try to fish inside the narrow bottle opening with my fingers. Thin though they are, I can't squeeze more than one finger inside the bottle at a time. Why don't you just pour it out? I could tip the bottle over and let the soda and the key spill out onto the floor. But if someone sees me bringing a nuisance and causing a mess, it will draw unwanted attention. I've got no choice but to chuck back some of the soda and try to catch the key in my mouth. You're gonna choke on it. As disgusting as the concept is, I need to steel myself. I raise the bottle to my lips, tilt my head back, and pour the foul liquid into my open mouth. The saturating tang of artificial flavoring assaults my taste buds, and I immediately want to vomit. But I'm committed to seeing this through. I can throw up later. The most important thing is getting the key. It isn't until the bottle is half empty that the cold metal key drops into my mouth. It clangs against my teeth and I nearly choke in surprise. Sputtering and spitting, I feel droplets of soda running down my chin. My cheeks are puffed up like a squirrel as I try to retain the key and the soda in my mouth. I reach my fingers into pursed, tight lips and recover the tiny key. I quickly swallow down the rest of the soda in my mouth, trying hard not to release a repugnant belch. I turn the key over in my hand and smile. My sticky teeth adhere to my lips and it takes me a few seconds to lick them clean. Tossing a soda bottle into a nearby trash can, I wipe the key clean on my skirt and quickly insert it into the coin locker. What if it's not the ransom money inside it? What if it's not that? I twist the key, turn the latch, and swing the locker door open. Inside the dark vault is a single bag, a simple paper pouch like you would get at a grocery store. I pull the paper bag out and take a look inside. Big stacks of 10,000 yen bills for the bag. I'm not foolish enough to stand here and count it out, but I'm confident the amount is at least pretty close to what I requested.
It worked! My plan worked!
I can hardly believe it. I devised this contingency plan months ago. I waited so long to try it out. All I needed was somebody to reply to the corpse photo, somebody to try and reject their fate. I wanted to prove that people would bow to the fear and do anything to save their own skin, and it seems that was right.
Just one more thing to do.
I fold up the paper bag and clutch it tightly. With my free hand, I pull the burner phone out of my handbag. I compose a message to Tomoe Ida, who should be obediently waiting above ground on the train platform. Oh, something's gonna happen. When the next train arrives on your platform, stab the first person to disembark. What? You must kill them. If you escape, leave this prefecture and never return. What? It's done. When I first opened the coin locker and retrieved the paper bag, I immediately noticed the knife that I had placed inside months ago was missing. Tomoe followed every word of my instructions. My message had read, pack 500,000 yen into a bag, put it in the coin locker 6644 at Shinjuku Station, retrieve the item already inside. I've given Tomoe an opportunity. She can trade another's life for her own. If she kills someone exit the train, Corpse Girl will spare her life. It's a simple exchange, and one that I bet she is willing to make. If she gets away with murder, she'll flee from this place. I won't ever see her again, and neither will Shinya or Tomoe. To us, she'll be as good as dead. And as for Corpse Girl, well, as long as a body is claimed in exchange, she'll be satisfied. After a few minutes of waiting for a reply to the message, I figured that she's not going to write back. She's probably getting ready to fulfill her task. Keen to witness how this unfolds, I take the nearest escalator up toward the train platform. Oh my god, what? Oh, the scene is absolute chaos. It wasn't difficult at all to navigate to this area. All I had to do was follow the echoing screams. Despite a shadowed form of body lying on the platform in front of me, I can't make out any details, but a shallow pool of blood reflects the harsh light shining from up high. To my surprise and delight, a second body is sprawled across the ground nearby. It's a young woman's corpse, with one arm raised against the side of a vending machine. Adrenaline surges through me at the violent scene. Tomoe Ida. She managed to take out 2 people. She might be my new favorite person in the entire world. You mean that's not her on the ground? I heard panicked voices in the background and I turned my head slowly. What the? Hold on. What? Holy shit! 2 more bodies are on the ground. 2 men in expensive looking suits are collapsed in puddles of their own lifeblood. One of the men is still moving and groaning, pleading for somebody to stem the tide of gore. A familiar, lustful, tingling sensation begins to stir and rise through my belly, my thighs, my pelvis. I feel my toes clench and my breathing grows heavier. There's one more surprise to be had here amidst this beautiful spectacle of carnage. Is that her? Holy shit! A woman is slumped in one of the plastic chairs that line the platform. Her head is tilted, her suit jacket stained with red. A thick knife with a black grip protrudes from the side of her neck. A bubbling river of vital fluid cascades around the glimmering blade and pools within her shirt collar. Even with her face masked by blood, it doesn't take me more than a few seconds to recognize her identity. Tomoe Ida. Dead. Oh my god. I swing around and take the entire view of the platform, counting up the bodies and the paths of slaughter. My mind pieces together a theoretical scenario. Kotomi waited as train doors opened, knife drawn, the knife she retrieved from locker 6644. When the first person stepped out of the train, she stabbed him and left him for dead. The body that I first saw, lying on the edge of the platform, is perfectly aligned next to the train to fit this theory. In a panic, Kotomi would have attempted to flee. She bumped into her second victim, the young woman slumped against the vending machine, and cut her down desperately to make her escape. Judging by the wound on Kotomi's own body, I would assume the two businessmen lying face down tried to apprehend her. They must have sustained fatal wounds before finally managing to wrest the knife away and plunge it into Kotomi's neck. It's all just speculation, but I'm fairly confident that's how this whole event played out. It was probably over less than 60 seconds. And it couldn't have worked out better for me. I never dared hope that Kotomi would meet her end. Once this plan has been set into motion, I would have been satisfied with her simply skipping town. I feel my legs weakening under my weight and I'm afraid I might buckle at any second. The waves of radiating heat spreading through my body are causing me to tremble and shake. There's so much blood. It's everywhere. I've seen it in countless photos and thought I had become desensitized to it. But maybe I was wrong. Seeing blood in real life is completely different. I feel faint and pale and excited and aroused. I need to get out of here before the police arrive. More importantly, I need to get away before I collapse in a sweaty heap of lust and pleasure. I turn on my heel and sprint down the rising escalator as fast as my quivering legs will permit. Holy shit, man, I was not expecting that. Another morning fueled by coffee. Once again, I didn't manage to get much sleep last night. I want to say it's not my fault, but I know that's not entirely true. The grisly visage of all those slain people on the train platform was burned into my mind's eye. Every time I started to drift off to sleep, a splash of blood or a fleck of gore would appear in my thoughts and I would snap awake again. And the sight of Kotomi Ida with a knife sticking out of her neck made me shiver more than a few times. Nevertheless, I am here now at the office as usual. Witnessing violence on that level in person was a different experience than I had expected it to be. However, it has helped steel my resolve. I need to desensitize myself to that kind of carnage if I'm to continue with Corpse Girl's ambitions. I sit down to take an empty can of coffee on my desk and lean back in my chair. I catch a glimpse of Tomoe tapping away on her keyboard, completely oblivious to what went down last night. There was a news broadcast regarding the event, of course, but the finer details of what occurred have been kept under wraps. It will probably take the police and the media a little more time to get the story straight. It's not often that a mass killing spree takes over the news, and whether or not the identities of those involved will be revealed is beyond me. For now, I'll assume that Tomoe is in the dark about the event. I don't take her as the kind of girl to be up to date on the current events. Even if she did hear about the stabbing, she couldn't possibly know that Kotomi was the culprit. I should probably fill her in later though. She'll want to know that Corpse Girl claimed her victim, even if it was in kind of a roundabout way. I stretch my arms above my head, let out a small sigh, and proceed to crack open the third can of coffee before getting back to work.
You got a minute?
Shit, yeah. I wanted to speak to you anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, you go first.
For sure. Well, I wanted to thank you for killing Kotomi Ida. I don't know how you did it, but thanks.
Huh? How did you know she died?
Oh, come on. She didn't come in today, right? And there was that brutal stabbing incident over at the station last night. It don't take a genius to put 3 and 3 together. That shit went down so close to here, where we spend so much of our time. Chances were good that it affects someone you know.
I shake my head at her logic. The city is home to more people than you could count. I don't know how she came to the conclusion, but the fact that she actually correct just blows my mind.
Well, yeah. I guess that's it then.
I'm thankful. For serious. Yeah, Corpse Girl really did me and Shinya solid. If there's ever anything you need, like, no matter how dirty, then count me in. I owe ya.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
Sure. So, like, What'd you want to say to me?
Oh, I was going to tell you that Kotomi is dead.
Beat you to it, skank! But I got a question or two. How'd you get someone to go on a killing spree and take Kotomi out along with the others? I mean, it wasn't you going around stabbing people, was it?
No, of course not.
Oh?
It kind of happened outside my control. I sent Kotomi a photo of her corpse, just like Corpse Girl's standard mode of operation. And I gave her the instructions to kill someone, if she didn't want the circumstances of the photo to come true.
Holy shit.
She kinda ran with it, I guess. Seems like she took out 4 people before someone fought back and stabbed her. I think I'm in love with her, to be honest.
You weird slut! That's horrible!
What can I say? She went above and beyond.
Still, thanks. Really. Shinya will be stoked.
That's okay. Just doing Corpse Girl's job. Where is Shinya, anyway?
Oh, he was in earlier. Went home a bit early because he wasn't feeling well. Think it was just because he was dreading running into Kotomi, but... Well, he'll sort himself out soon enough. You know, Noriko, you've changed a lot.
I have?
Totes. I mean, I know you act different around me now that we're friends, but it's more than that. You look, I don't know, kind of better? Healthy or something?
Oh. I didn't know about that.
Serious, though. I don't know. Maybe I just see it different now that I know who you really are.
Maybe.
Anyway, I'm gonna get going. You wanna grab a bite or something?
Not today, sorry. Maybe another time?
Sure thing. Right. See you, skank!
Tomoe slapped my shoulder affectionately and takes off toward the train station. If I remember correctly, she did say that she'd be happy to help me out in the future, no matter how dirty the work is. I'll definitely have to take her up on the offer if the need arises. Another interesting thought crosses my mind. Tomoe seemed kind of surprised that I managed to manipulate Kotomi into going on a killing spree. To be honest, I'm also amazed I managed to pull that off. Which gets me thinking, would it be possible to manipulate more people in the future? After all, I came out last night's ordeal with 500,000 yen in cash and a bunch of bodies claimed in Corpse Girl's name. It's a fascinating prospect. There might be something to this. If I can successfully pull the right strings, Corpse Girl's ultimate ambition might be fulfilled sooner than I thought. I continue to dwell on the unlimited possibilities as I make my way to the station. Standing on a train platform, and thankfully not the same one from last night, which has been temporarily closed, I stare into space, completely lost in thought. I start to wonder how Kojiro is getting on with finding us a suitable location. As I fantasize about having an abandoned warehouse or factory car our own, my phone cries out desperately for attention. I retrieve from my handbag and glance at the screen. Kojiro is requesting a noise voice chat. I absent-mindedly wonder if he had read my mind and knew I was thinking about him as I answered the call.
Hello.
Want to see the place?
No greeting, huh?
Sauce. Hi. Want to see the place?
What if I'm busy right now?
Sauce. You busy?
No.
Right? Want to see the place?
He asked her, like, what, 3-4 times? I roll my eyes and decide to just go along with it. After all, I am dying to move ahead and see what kind of location he has secured for our work.
Yep. Where is it?
Bad. Shin Okubo, behind K-Town. An abandoned factory. Just what you wanted.
Shin Okubo. That's suspiciously convenient.
Why?
I work in Shinjuku. It's just one station away on my train line.
Okay, I'm heading there now. You in?
I'm in. How do I get to the factory from the station?
Exit the station to Okubodori. That's K-Town proper. I'll message you the full address.
Okay, got it. Just head through Koreatown. I'll be there soon.
Bad. Bye.
Kojiro ends the call and I immediately receive a message with the factory's address. Seems easy enough to get to. I feel a bit nervous about going there. It's a new place, and it's located in a town I don't normally travel to. For some reason, I feel energetic. I actually feel enthused about it. Maybe it's because I haven't been hidden away at home all day. I've been at work around other people. Perhaps that helps me acclimate to the concept of going somewhere new. And the chances of someone sneaking up behind me and strangling me in broad daylight are pretty slim, I think. As I put my phone away, the train pulls up to the platform. The same train that was going to take me home will take me to Shin Okubo. It's the very next stop from here. I'm a little wary of how convenient this is turning out to be. Could be Kojiro is luring me into a trap, but I don't know. I think he genuinely wants to be involved with Corpse Girl's work. I board the train and stand by the doors, ready to disembark at the next station. The abandoned factory is almost exactly how I imagined it would be. Tall, broad, foreboding, eroded and worn down, with brick walls and steel sheeting covered with thick layers of black exhaust. Gigantic metal pipes protrude from within and wrap around the exterior, only to re-enter through the vents here and there. A series of ventilation shafts and chimney line the roof, but they don't release even a single puff of smoke. This place has been shut down for a long, long time. The front entrance is located at the rear of a small parking lot. It's a simple steel door that has been chained up and padlocked. Further along the side of the building is a loading dock, an expanse of asphalt that leads to a concrete path and a giant roller door. In the dock sits a derrick van, covered in a brown tarpaulin.
This place is amazing!
You haven't seen inside yet.
I glance toward the steel door, securely chained shut, and wonder if anyone has entered within the last decade. If Kojiro has checked out the inside, then he did well covering his tracks.
How do we get in?
Around here.
I follow his lead as he walks towards the corner of the building. A steel railing bars our path, but he swiftly hurdles over it and continues down the side of the factory. I take a minute to climb the railing, making sure not to twist and ankle as I stick the landing on the other side.
Through here.
Kojiro points to an open window. Thankfully, there seems to be enough of a gap for someone as large as Kojiro to slip through. I shouldn't have an issue getting in either, despite my thin, heavy-set frame. He slides in first and I quickly follow. And with that, I find myself inside the factory. The place is huge. It's an open plan design and it's pretty much empty. A few stray pieces of odd machinery line one wall. A small forklift, a pallet jack, and a bunch of buckets and mops catch my attention. All of this could be useful for a little operation. A number of iron workbenches are piled up in a stack. They look heavy and rusted, but they would probably make a good table for resting corpses on. Aside from these miscellaneous items, the factory is essentially bare. The concrete floor is in bad shape, cracked and worn from probably 50 years of use. Thick brick walls are scorched in some places and dented in others. Still,
It's perfect.
Thanks. Figured you'd approve.
How did you know about this place?
Kojiro doesn't answer immediately. His eyes turn to the stupendously high ceiling, with its array of glass sunlights beaming light down upon us. After a minute, he turns back to me.
Dad used to work here.
What? His dad?
What did he do here?
This place used to manufacture steel fencing, chain link fences, barbed wire, chicken mesh, that kind of thing.
Huh, I see.
A lot of that is imported now. There's still an industry here, but Dad couldn't compete. Went out of business maybe a dozen years ago. Died about a month later.
He died?
That's how it goes.
I'm sorry.
We weren't close. Well, could have been closer.
So, how come no one else bought the factory?
Look around. It's a dump. Who'd want it? Cost a fortune to fix or rebuild. Wonder if it was waiting for us.
Yeah. I wonder.
It definitely all seems too good to be true. But this is the real deal. This is our factory now.
Going half on this, right?
Right.
Okay. Good. Welcome home then. Or something.
Let's work well together.
Roger that.
I've entered an unlikely partnership with Kojiro. We've obtained a base of operations safe from prying eyes. The next step is to fill this factory with corpses and carry on with Corpse Girl's grand scheme.
Thanks for accompanying me home.
No problem. Should I come upstairs?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay. By the way, when are we starting work?
Well, as soon as as soon as Corpse Girl receives another request for a death, we can start on it.
Oh, no grand heist from the morgue first?
Think about it. It's important that the cadavers I use match the details of my victims. I won't know what kind of cadaver to use until I receive a photo of the victim.
Guess that makes sense. What's the big plan anyway? How do we lift corpses from the morgue?
I had a feeling he would ask about this sooner or later. I did tell him I had a perfect idea after all.
I imagine the biggest issue is writing off the bodies, so to speak. If a cadaver goes missing or is unaccounted for, there will be an investigation. Am I right?
Guess so.
We need to be able to take the bodies away from the morgue without anyone ever knowing they're gone. So, the solution is simple. We only take the cadavers that are due to be cremated.
Okay, wise guy. A delivery company picks up the cremains nearly every day.
Huh? Cremains?
That's what the ashes are called.
Oh, right.
So what do we hand over? Empty canisters?
It's simple. Fake ashes.
Yeah, right. Fake ashes.
Mhm.
Like I just have those lying around.
Kojiro stops mid-sentence and stares straight at me.
Huh. Might be onto something.
Don't tell me you do have those lying around.
Not fake ashes. Real cremains. Bodies are cremated every day. Wouldn't be hard to take a bit off the top.
Huh?
Could probably get away with like a quarter?
I'm confused. What are you talking about?
Oh, he's taking a little bit from every corpse, I guess? The ashes?
Sauce. Every time someone gets cremated, I'll collect a quarter of the ashes. Store them, put them aside. Won't take long to fill up a whole canister.
Let me see if I follow you.
How did you not understand that, Noriko?
You gather up a little bit of ash from every cadaver that gets cremated. Whenever we want to hoist a body from the morgue, we use the previously gathered ashes to fill a canister. We slap a label on it that says, "These are the remains of so-and-so."
Yep, you got it.
Then we take so-and-so out of the morgue. We record that their body has been cremated, when in reality, it's been snatched from the morgue. I imagine the canister of ashes just gets picked up with all the others going out on the same day.
Pretty much. We also put a token in the canister.
A token?
Like a dog tag. Has the cadaver's serial number engraved on it. Normally attached to the body before cremation. They don't burn. Lets the cremains be identified later.
Ah, I see. Can we get our hands on those tokens?
Sure. The bodies we're lifting from the morgue are due for cremation anyway. I can get the tokens engraved without a hitch. Proper serial numbers and all.
Okay, good. This is getting complicated, though. There's quite a bit we have to remember to do.
Don't worry. I'll take you through it when we need to. Most importantly, I'll need to start gathering portions of cremains. Need to have those collected in advance.
Yeah. Thanks. Really.
No probs. But big question remains.
What's that?
How do we move cadavers
How are you
out
gonna
of the
move
morgue?
it out?
Ever tried lifting a stiff? Not easy. And you're no bodybuilder. No offense.
None taken?
Look, security in the joint is minimal. I'm there alone like 90% of the time. We don't have to worry too much about getting busted. As long as we cover our tracks, of course, and only take cadavers we've written off, as you put it. Bodies nobody will come looking for.
Hang on. Are there security cameras, alarm systems, anything like that?
Don't think so. Plenty in the hospital proper, though.
That's fine. As long as the morgue is clear.
Still, answer my question. How do we move the bodies? You got a hearse? A truck?
No, but surely we could get something.
Yeah, there was a van at the factory.
What about a small van?
You got a license?
No.
Need a driver's license. And not just that, needs to be suitable for a van. A medium vehicle license, I think.
Oh. I don't have a license, but Surely driving a van can't be that hard, right? We could just rent a van and wing it.
Uh-huh. Can't even rent one without a license.
Okay then. Do you have the right license?
Don't look at me. Never driven a vehicle in my life.
Yeah, me neither.
Great. So this is a bust.
I put my head in my hands. We got so far. We secured a factory, planned out our heist, and
Hang on.
oh, is it gonna ask Tomoe maybe? I whipped my phone out of my bag and skimmed through my noise contacts. I prefer to text and call, but I'm too impatient right now to wait for a response. I start a voice chat request and wait for the recipient to answer. Is this gonna be Tomoe?
Hey, Skank, what up?
Tomoe, hey, you got a sec?
Sure.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yep. No car, though.
Okay, what kind of vehicle is your license good for?
Like cars and scooters.
Not vans.
I mean, I don't think so.
I curse under my breath.
Yo, what's the problem? You need a lift or something?
Not quite. I need to, pick something up.
Oh, something big? That why you need a van?
Yeah?
I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. I can't even rent a van with my license.
Yeah, I know.
I shoot a deathly glance at Kojiro and he just shrugs, a look of I told you so on his face.
I mean, if you're desperate, you could just buy a van.
Huh?
I see secondhand vans listed for sale all the time. Check out the noise marketplace and the classifieds pages. No one will check for a license on a private sale. It's just one chump selling a van to another chump.
Holy shit. You're right. You're a genius.
Well, I don't know about that.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, you wouldn't object to a driving gig, would you?
I do owe you one, I suppose. You want me to drive a van, though? If I get busted on my license, I'll go to prison.
You won't go to prison. It'll be a fine at most, I think.
I look at Kojiro and he gives me another shrug.
Look, if you get a fine, I'll pay for it. That cool?
Yeah, what the hell? What are the chances of getting busted anyway, right?
Don't say that.
Can you text me the deets or whatever? The address and stuff? Shinny just got to my place, so I gotta get the door.
Okay, will do. Thanks, Tomoe.
Sure. Later, slut.
I end the call and feel a wave of excitement flooding through me.
You get all that?
More or less. You girls sure are loud.
Sorry. So, I'll need you to do me a favor.
Buy van, right?
Yeah, you're a big, strong man. You won't get ripped off. I'm just a poor little girl.
Wasn't there like a van at the factory? The one that she found?
Cut it out. I'll do it. But you got the money?
As a matter of fact.
Ah, the 500,000 yen maybe? I finally remember swindling a cool 500,000 yen from Kotomiida just this week.
We've got a 500,000 budget. Will that do?
Maybe. Can't get you anything modern, but I'm sure it's enough.
Great. You think you can get something tomorrow?
I'll try. The noise marketplace, right?
That's right.
Well, no promises. I'll do my best.
Thank you. Really.
Yeah. Okay. I'm heading off. Unless you actually do want me to come upstairs.
Kojiro's still trying.
No.
Roger that. See you tomorrow. Probably.
Kojiro turns with a little more than a wave, exits the building, and crosses the street. I quickly ascend the stairs with a slight spring in my step. Alright, you know what? I think we'll end this here for today. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.